Welcome to Carlsbad, where adventure runs deep. You're listening to KCCC 9:30 a.m. I'm Hattie here in Cavern City, and it's time for Midweek Matters, bringing you both the best upcoming events and interesting micro news from around Carlsbad and Eddy County. We'll start with what's happening around town and on campus, then give you the quick news that affects your daily life. Before we begin, 3, 2, 1... Before we begin, a reminder, if you have events, community news, or spotlight requests to share, please submit them through our Contact Us form at kccc930am.com. The Cavern City Weather Report is provided by the National Weather Service. Today in Carlsbad, we're looking at a warm high of 89 degrees. Under cloudy skies with a west-northwest wind at 17 miles per hour. Tonight, expect a low of 57 degrees Fahrenheit and a continuing breeze. Looking ahead for the week, Thursday and Friday, sunny and clear with highs of 82 and lows around 53. For the weekend, Saturday warms back up to 85, followed by a high of 88 on Sunday. Monday is turning cooler with a high of 77 degrees. Tuesday, keep an eye out for scattered thunderstorms as we had a high of 78 degrees. And next Wednesday, expect clear skies with a high of 80 degrees. We have several community updates starting this afternoon at 3 p.m. YDI Head Start hosts an open house at their Carlsbad location at 1915 San Jose Boulevard. This is a great chance to tour classrooms and meet the staff. Find them on Eventbrite. Tomorrow, Thursday, February 26th, the Artesia YDI Head Start Center at 504 West Gage Street will host their open house starting at 3 p.m., also on Eventbrite. Tomorrow evening, the Artesia Chamber of Commerce celebrates its 100th anniversary banquet from 6 to 9 p.m. To those looking for tickets, the deadline to purchase has passed and the event is probably at capacity. This Friday night, the Artesia Arts Council hosts the Father-Daughter Dinner and Dance starting at 6 p.m. Tickets are $80 per pair. On Saturday, February 28th, the Central Valley Electric Cooperative Annual Meeting takes place from 9 a.m. to noon. The first 200 registered members will receive a $50 gift card. This coming Monday morning at 8:30 a.m., join the Minute with the Mayor session at Kith & Kin Roasting Company in Artesia for a casual chat about city business. Next Tuesday night, March 3rd, head to the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center for Clay and Cocktails at 6 p.m. Artist Kirsten Mauritson leads this air-dry clay session for $35. Sponsored by the Artesia Arts Council. And a final reminder that next Tuesday is the Artesia Municipal Election with polls open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Don't forget to vote, people. Thursday, February 26th at 4:30 p.m. Join SENMC at the 2026 Black History Month celebration at 4:30 to 6 p.m. in room 102. This year's theme is a Century of Black History commemorations. There will be a free program, panel discussion, and light refreshments will be served. 1500 University Drive, Carlsbad. Monday, March 2nd, 2:45 to 4:15. Join Inspired by Science for a hands-on family lab partner workshop where adults sign up with their kids to explore science using remote control trucks. Kids ages 7 to 12 with an adult. $10 per teen. Registration is open now. www.inspiredbyscience.org. Don't forget, coming up March 7th in Carlsbad, everybody's meeting at the river for the River Blitz at 7 a.m. And at noon at the Cavern Theater, attend the Creative Con, Open to creators and those who serve them, for a small fee of $15 with food provided. Look for our episode of Community Forum next week, where we interview Shawnee and Arlen from the Creative Industries Division of New Mexico. Next, what's up at the libraries? At the Artesia Public Library, Yarn United is meeting At the Artesia Public Library, today, noon to 1 p.m., Yarn United is meeting at 205 West Quay Street. And then looking to next week, Tuesday, March 3rd, the library hosts Children's Story Time at 10 a.m., Dungeons & Dragons at 2 p.m., and Teen Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Find more information at the Artesia Public Library Facebook. Up at the Carlsbad Public Library, kids are invited to Lego Time. Today, Wednesday, February 25th at 4 p.m. at 101 South Algueno Street. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. is Baby Story Time, and next Tuesday at 10 a.m. is Toddler Story Time. Also, don't forget you can check out STEAM kits to take home science and technology experiments for the family. For more information, check out the Carlsbad Public Library Facebook. What's up at Southeast New Mexico College? Community Education is launching several new classes in March with registration open. Find the full catalog at senmc.edu/community-ed. Essential Soft Skills for Success, a 5-session professional development course, starts Monday, March 2nd, 5:30 p.m. Mexican Home Cooking, a 4-session culinary workshop exploring authentic recipes, starts Monday, March 9th at 5:30 p.m. Spanish Conversation Group, an 8-session group for building language confidence through practice, starts Monday, March 9th at 5:30 p.m. Intermediate Tarot, a 4-session course for those looking to expand their reading skills, starts Tuesday, March 10th at 6 p.m. Acrylic Painting, a standalone session, covers foundational techniques and terminology. Thursday, March 12th at 5:30 p.m. It's part of a larger series where you can attend all or one at a time. Chakras Made Simple, a 2-session interactive energy awareness workshop, starts Monday, March 16th at 6 p.m. The next season of Zumba, a 6-session high-energy fitness class, starts Tuesday, March 17th at 6 p.m. The next session of Line Dancing, a 5-session movement class for ages 14 and up, starts Wednesday, March 18th at 6 p.m. Spring Cleaning and Organization, single workshop on decluttering strategies, is Wednesday, March 18th at 5:30 p.m. And Knitting for Beginners, a standalone class, introduces basic yarn work skills, Tuesday, March 24th at 5:30 p.m. We're also forecasting our spring break camps starting March 30th. Vamos! Spanish for Kids, a playful 4-day adventure exploring language through songs and crafts. Young Podcasters Workshop, a hands-on camp where students produce their own short podcast episode. Crafty Kids Workshop, an artistic week focused on hands-on projects inspired by spring. STEM Boot Camp, a 4-day journey featuring Lego, engineering, robotics, and problem-solving challenges for 12 and up. Cooking Around the World for ages 6 and up, explore a fun and educational way for children to broaden their culinary horizons and develop a lifelong love of cooking. They will learn about the culture and traditions that shape each cuisine. And a spring art camp, designed to inspire and engage kids through a variety of hands-on art projects, ages 6 and up. Over at the Workforce Training Center on Alta Vista, Workforce is offering American Heart Association First Aid and CPR every Tuesday in March at 8 a.m. Safeland USA Onboarding, a comprehensive full-day industry safety certification on Monday, March 9th. H2S Clear, specialized hazardous gas safety training for energy workers on March 16th. Energy Safety and Lockout Tagout, essential industry safety protocols for electrical work on Monday, March 16th, fall protection, safety certification for harness use and regulatory compliance, Wednesday, March 18th, and hot work fire safety, training on fire prevention and safe industrial heating tasks on Wednesday, March 18th. See the full catalog at senmc.edu/workforce. Finally, updates from SENMC. Please note, registration for summer and fall 2026 opens on April 1st. Also, don't miss the community forum tomorrow, Thursday, February 26th, where Johnny and I interview Dr. John Strawn and Raymond Dominguez, newest business and information technology instructor, where we will discuss the updates to their program and the exciting offerings for fall. Now it's time for Eddy County Quickies Micro News. Last night, President Trump delivered the State of the Union address, which set a new record as the longest in U.S. history at just over 3 hours. Early data shows nearly 40 million people tuned in across networks. New federal rules now require all CDL, commercial driver's license drivers, tests to be taken in English. This ensures drivers can read road signs and communicate with law enforcement. For New Mexico, which sits on major freight corridors like I-40 and I-25, this change is expected to lead to tighter audits of training programs and longer processing times at testing centers. Thank you to our friends at KKOB for that information. The New Mexico Environment Department is requesting the federal government prioritize waste from Los Alamos National Laboratory for shipment to WIPP, the Waste Isolation Pilot Plant, as Idaho shipments currently outpace New Mexico's by 5-1, according to the New Mexico Energy Department. This ties back to two of our previous updates, the segment on the Idaho facility's new measuring system for safer transport by gauging material age, and our report from a couple weeks ago regarding the call for new detection equipment proposals for Los Alamos. The primary field is set for June 2nd for the state of New Mexico. Running for U.S. Senate, incumbent Ben Ray Lujan faces Matthew Dodson. For the gubernatorial race, Democrats Deb Haaland and Sam Bregman are qualified for the primaries, while the Republican field features Greg Hull, Duke Rodriguez, Steve Lanier, James Ellison, Doug Turner, and Belinda Robertson. Thank you to our friends at New Mexico Political Report. Looking more locally, in Artesia, the pickleball court work continues at Jaycee Park. Also, more importantly perhaps, we have a mayoral election next week with candidates Jeff Jaycee and Terry Todd. Look for a full recap of the mayoral candidates forums to appear tomorrow, February 26th in the Artesia Daily Press. In Carlsbad, construction is underway on the new E.M. Smith Middle School on Old Cavern Highway in South Carlsbad. Looking more broad, the Bureau of Land Management is proposing to reinstate 11 oil and gas leases in Eddy and Lee counties, provided lessees pay back rentals at an increased 20% royalty rate with the new premium. And finally, according to our friends at the Carlsbad Current-Argus, records from the Epstein Files Transparency Act show Jeffrey Epstein made 2 distinct trips to Carlsbad in 2015 and 2016. In November 2015, emails show Epstein arrived to pick up a passenger, remaining at the Carlsbad airport for 2 hours before departing. And now for our weekly Spotlight segment. Today, just a brief overview of the Artesia mayoral candidates. With the election this coming Tuesday, we thought you'd like to know a little bit about them. Jeff Jaycee, 61, is the current mayor pro tem. He has served on the city council since 2014 and emphasizes continuity in city leadership. Terry Todd, 64, is a former law enforcement official whose platform focuses on community safety and stability. For for a deeper dive into their policy positions. Don't forget that recap in the Artesia Daily Press tomorrow. That's your Midweek Matters for today, produced in partnership with Southeast New Mexico College, Workforce and Community Education.